for autism. Art of Surfing, you can be 21 and older and still do that program.
Okay. You opened it up. We're here with Jerry Ryan. I'm trying to find the words so that I'm not perceived as bringing you here to exploit your story. But would you mind sharing your story about how and why you're involved with support of autism?
Sure. I mean, when I started booking events in Atlantic City, I think in 2010, I didn't have any intention at the time to channel that money back into the autism community because I didn't have any following yet. But then after we got a following, it just made sense to channel that money back into the local community, especially the autism community, considering I have a son with autism who's 21 now. But you don't have as many programs. You get to the point when you're raising a kid with autism that you have to create the things you want sometimes, and for other people. And a lot of if you notice, all these programs, they're all created by parents. Faces for Autism is Isabel and her son, and Heart of Surfing was her son Jamie, who passed away.
Yeah.
And you do what you can to try to create your own little world around you for these kids, so they can fit into the local community just like everyone else, and have the same opportunities that we take for granted every day.
Do you know Dr. Patrice Dawson?
Oh, that name sounds familiar.
She has a son. I can't remember his
yes.
name. He's
oh
a
yeah.
swimmer.
Oh God, yeah. Patrice, yeah, of course. Spence.
Spence, yes.
Yeah.
So,
Spence, we did a swim camp. Spence was there, and I seen him, and he was at the bowling event I had too.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, Patrice, and she's friends with Karen Adams, who wrote the book. Did you ever have her on the show?
I haven't had her on the show, but I have her video from our First Friday events that I have to upload, and then
yeah, she just had a book release. Her kids, Stanley and Stefan, they're both awesome kids, man.
Great.
Spence is awesome too. Shout out to all these kids, man. They're doing it.
And Jamie was an awesome cat too.
Yeah, Jamie loved my son Jeremy.
And people don't really, like, if you never met Cindy and Bob, you have really missed out on meeting two great individuals who love people.
Yeah, they're genuine for sure.
For sure. I want to talk to you about your personal, if I can, your personal experience. I know you said that you created the programs that you wanted to see for your son, Jeremy. I'm kind of familiar with the story, but could you tell our listeners about how Jeremy actually got involved with music?
Oh, that's just from sitting around in the room. Every night we listen to music to wind down 2 or 3 hours. We listen to albums. I still buy my records, and he's very visual, so I started buying records so I could show him everything and the liner notes.
Yeah,
notes. We love this stuff.
Love liner notes.
If you love music, I mean, if you really love music, then you're listening to your own vinyl. You're listening to records.
And you're reading the liner notes.
You're reading the liner notes, and you know the producers on the tracks and all that stuff. But we sit around every night and every morning. Right now he's still sleeping, and we listen to music, and that's how it happened. And I was like thinking, well, early on, maybe like 3 years old, got him involved with piano. He played piano for about 10 years. Wow. And then he went into drums, and now he's playing guitar. He's taking lessons over at Guitar Center, I think. And he's doing acting classes, and he's, whatever we can get him involved in, that's what he does. He does everything. But just from loving music and being around music, you'll start playing.
Right.
If you put the instruments around him, and even if the first few times a piano, all he did was bang on the keyboards. Guess what? He was around them. Like, you have a choice. You can play or not, but we're gonna be here.
Hey, I have another name I want to bring up to you too. Now that I'm thinking about it, and you have to remind me because if you don't know him, you got to meet him.
It is so early for all these name drops. Greg Lister, come on.
Well, right. A Greg Lister name drop. No,
I just woke up 20 minutes before.
DJ Blake. Have you heard of him?
DJ Blake. Is that what he goes by, DJ Blake?
He goes by DJ Blake. We're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to make sure that I introduce you. He should be opening.
What's it? Does he have a last name? Is he playing other bands?
Well, he plays drums.
I know
band.
a Blake that plays drums.
From
Back in the day, he played with Maybe Awake.
No, this guy's like 12.
Oh no, I don't know any 12-year-old.
This guy's like 12, 13 years old, and he DJs like he went to high school with me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So.
Oh wow. He's got a love.
I'm sorry.
He's got a love for it.
And the DJ community, you know how the DJ community is. We embrace everybody, but when this kid picked up DJing and drums and stuff, and then he is on the spectrum.
Sure. That's probably why he's so obsessed with it. They find something they love and they master it.
Right. So, here's the other question I want to ask you. And I know you hate when I play the race card, so I'm not going to.
Oh, no, you can.
Okay, so.
No, I discuss those things.
Right,
I love discuss.
So on one hand, I still run into people who have probably never talked to a person of color off of a basketball court. The reason why I bring that up is because I'm sure that there are some listeners who have never spent 5 minutes with a child or a person who's autistic, or if they did, they saw them at the most negative time in their whole life. So I guess my question is, could you talk to us about could you talk to people who've never spent significant time with a child who's autistic and explain to them that, they're people who just have a different, how would you describe it? Because I see myself sinking deeper and deeper.
Yeah, well, I say the reason why they're not around people with autism is because they haven't had an opportunity, maybe.
Okay.
And it's the same. But you need to, and it's a bad place to be because you're just when you're uneducated about things,
Right.
and you're trying to speak on it from an outside, like talking about autism, or black people or white people. If you're not, the best way to get to know somebody is just to be around them and get to know them, their story, like celebrate our differences in the community.
I definitely agree, and
that's why I'm not
as a
scared
radio
of anything, 'cause I've been
as a
around
radio
everybody.
host, though, you never want to do any harm, and so sometimes, if it was me and you talking, I know that you would forgive me if I said something meat-headed. But
Sure.
you don't want to be on a live microphone and say something meat-headed about a community or people or anything
Yeah,
like
but
that.
you're just in the dark about it. It's not it's not anything ignorant to ask questions.
There it is. We are here with Mr. Jerry Ryan, who is the man behind the Elephant Talk Music Festival that's coming up October 15th through what are the dates again?
I forgot to. Hold on, October 18th to the 20th.
I've tried 18th through
With
the
the
20th.
local music scene, it's always the weekends.
Okay, all right.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And they can find that information on Facebook, Instagram?
On Facebook and Instagram, yeah, Elephant Talk Indie Music Awards. This is the 15th annual. I have 2 pages, an Elephant Talk Indie page on Facebook, Elephants for Autism page on Facebook. My Instagram's Elephant Talk NJ. It's on private, but just message me or whatever. I have too many trolls.